Do you know how many people have had visions, ideas, and huge career moves that they were about to make, and they allowed the word no to stop them?
When you make the decision to do what you want to do with your life, just know this: because the family and the friends in your life do not share your vision, in most cases, they will be the first person to try and talk you out of what you want to do with your life. But know this: only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible.
People that don't have any dreams for themselves, they tend to be dream killers. They'll laugh at you. They'll call you names because they have no dreams. They don't want it.
Most people go through life holding back. If you get into the habit of just being mediocre, it will become a part of your consciousness. If you get in the habit of giving less than what you have it within you to give, it will begin to reflect itself in your personality. It will begin to damage you psychologically. And you don't want to be a part of that kind of self-destructive behavior. You want to set some high standards for yourself. There's greatness in you. And you've got to learn how to tune out the critics outside and the critic inside. And since I'm going to do this, I'm going to harness my will. And I'm not going to let anything stop me.
You have to be relentless. You have to never let off the gas, never stop, never quit. Never allow anyone to talk you out of the dream, the vision, and ideas. And understand that for every level, there's another devil. It is the devil's job to create challenges, issues, and conflicts, insecurities, fear, because he wants to put you to a test. But I can tell you now, I piss the devil off every day because I just don't stop. And the devil is so mad. This fucking guy, doesn't matter if he gets sick, it doesn't matter what happens to his money or his finances, every time he gets out of his bed and he's on a mission to get it done.
And as you begin to look at your life, decide that you're going to start working on that dream. You're going to work and nurture that idea. Now, there will be people that will criticize you. There will be people that won't see it for you. But I say to you, don't let nobody turn you around. You don't need anybody to understand it. You don't need anybody to approve you. You don't need anybody to say, go ahead on and do it. If you get that, that's fantastic. If you get that encouragement, that's great. But I say stand up within yourself boldly and say, this is my life. I'm controlling my destiny.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Okay, so let me check. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another session of NBO here on our page, the AIM Nigeria Talks. To all my sisters and brothers, you are all welcome here, new members, and of course the leaders, my kababayan, who is there in the Philippines, and in different parts of the globe. Magandang umaga. Good more earnings to each and every one of you. I will be your speaker for today. I know you know me very well now. My name is Rosel Giliera, one of the international trainers of AIM Global Nigeria. Yes, yes, yes. This is another happy Tuesday. How's your Tuesday, my dear friends? To all the leaders that we have, I want to greet each and every one. Okay, I want to greet each and every one, of course. Belated happy 15th anniversary, belated happy Independence Day, and to my people here in Nigeria, of course, belated happy Democracy Day, because last Saturday we just celebrate that one, my dear friends. That's why it's holiday here last, Saturday and Monday in Nigeria because of that wonderful event. Friends, before I continue with my wonderful discussion, let me greet each and every one of you here at the comment section below. Let me start of course saying hello, good morning in Nigeria, good morning too, and of course Ma'am Tata Medalye, hello, good Ma'am Rush MG, good morning in Nigeria. We also have God's Power, one of our brothers here in Nigeria saying, wow, I believe Mr. God's Power is talking about the video that I just shared. And later on, we are going to talk about that. What's the importance of belief when it comes to our business? If you want to become successful, how is it that belief affects us? Okay, if we believe ourselves or if we don't believe ourselves, why is it that it really affects us when it comes to achieving our dreams? Later on, we are going to talk about that. So let me move on and let me acknowledge some of our brothers and sisters who are continuously messaging us here at the comment section. Of course, my sister, very beautiful sister of mine there in Potacot, River State, saying, good morning all. Her name is Akio Olu Akio or Faye. And of course, let me check others. MD Oki saying, good morning, champions. Definitely all of us are champions. If you are ready for our discussion for today, don't be shy. Type it there on the comment section below. I am ready. I wanted to see that wonderful comment though, because this is one of the important topics that we must attend. Okay, this is where we're going to know what are the mindset that we must apply and what are the skill sets that we need to acquire in this business. You really wanted to become successful, am I correct? Who among all of you here wants to become a multi-millionaire? Not only just a simple multi-millionaire, but an extraordinary, self-made multi-millionaire. All of those things, my dear friends, the things that will make you that particular person, we're going to tackle that today. Okay, so if you are ready, type it there on the comment section below. I am ready. And I want you, of course, to prepare your pen or ball pen, your biro, and your notebook, okay, so that you will be able to review it after our discussion. So let me check. If you are ready, type it there on the comment section below or send me likes, okay, here on this live stream for me to know if you are ready and prepared for our NDO or New Distributors Orientation. So while I am waiting, let me show you Mr. or Ma'am Imaubong Nelson giving us a lot of hearts. Thank you for the hearts. I hope everyone is seeing that wonderful hearts. And of course, Omoyoje. Okay, Omoyoje Oyodele saying, please, the echo is too much. Okay, do we still have echo? Okay, I hope the echo is not there. Let me check. Oh, is there echo? Is there echo? Okay, I hope the echo is not there anymore. So let me check. Let me check. Ma'am Rendia saying good morning. Good morning too. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of hearts. So thank you very much for the hearts. Ma'am Ren Diaz is ready. Imaubong Nelson is ready. Evelyn Martinez is also ready. Yes. Okay, so I see everyone is ready. Let's do this. Okay, and let's talk about the New Distributors Orientation or the NDO. Why is it very important? Because here we are going to talk about the how and the why of the business. How is it or how the business work and why is this business, my dear friends, will help us towards our dreams in the future. So here we go and let's talk about this wonderful training because sooner or later, it's not me who's going to talk about this. It's not us, the international trainers, who's going to mentor you when it comes to your business. It's you who's going to teach your people on how they're going to lead their own team. Okay, so before I go, of course, I wanted to promote this one. Because of our anniversary or our 15th anniversary, my dear friends, we're giving you this good news. Everyone, please say the word good news. Type it there on the comment section because in line with our anniversary, we're going to give you 15% discount on all the products that we have here in Nigeria. That is on top, okay, on top of the distributor's price. So remember, as a member of this company, you are already enjoying 25 to 30% discount on all the products that we have. But now, because of this wonderful good news, okay, on top of that 25%, you are still going to enjoy this 15% discount on all the products that are available here in Nigeria. So what are you waiting for? Inform your people, share this good news so that they will be able to get the products that will help them to alleviate the discomforts in their body, and definitely they will be able to also share this wonderful news. Okay, so other than that, of course, there's more because R2S enrollment will be until 12 noon of June 2021. Okay, so remember this one, it should be, it should have ended last week. But because we love you, my dear friends, we have extended it. Yes, we have extended this one till June 20 of 12 noon. So what are you waiting for once again? Inform your people, especially the new members. If they wanted to know how to apply those important skills, such as the five fingers, prospecting, inviting, okay, closing, presentation, and follow up, even goal setting, and more, my dear friends. Tell them what they just need to do is to enroll. They don't need to do anything such as, paying for this training because this is a training we prepared just for you guys. We wanted you to maximize all the skills that we are going to share to you. So inform them and tell them about this good news. If you wanted to know more on how to be part or enroll of this R2S, just message me directly here at this page, the AIM Nigeria Talks, and we are going to teach you on how you're going to register your downlines, your members, your people, or you yourself. Okay? Who wants to enroll in the R2S? Okay, R2S, my dear friends. If you are a Filipino that is residing somewhere in UAE, you can, message me directly as well. I will refer you to the right coordinators. But if you are a brother or sister of mine here in Nigeria, definitely we will be glad to cater you or to assist you for you to enroll yourself in the R2S or Roadmap to Success. Okay, so here we go, and let's talk about your new distributors orientation. Because we are so excited, okay, about the business, because we promise you during our EdPlan presentation that once you join, my dear friends, you will become a self-made multi-millionaire, which is very true. Because when it comes to becoming a multi-millionaire, the number of people who became one are 15,000 plus self-made multi-millionaires. Imagine, if we only created one, it means that's only because of luck. But if the number of people are just too much who became a self-made multi-millionaire, it means the system are really working. So now, my dear friends, that is the reason why there's a lot of people who are joining us. So why is it that we are discussing about rejection? Okay, I am sharing you this. It's because these are one of the things that you are going to experience. We are a profession, just like a traditional business, just like being a nurse, just like being a doctor, or whatever profession you are in, my dear friends. But the difference is that in this kind of career, we are dealing with people. This is a people's business. We need to talk to them. And as we talk to them, not all of those people, even the close people that we talk to, will just say yes to our business. And they will just say to you, I want to join you. Of course not. Not all people are open-minded enough to immediately join you. Okay. So now I want you to be aware of this, because if you are not aware of this word rejection, what will happen? You will be discouraged, my dear friends. You would want to give up and you will just quit, which is very, very bad. As they say, if you fail, it's okay. It means you have learned something. But if you quit, that's the end of it. So if you wanted to produce a wonderful result when it comes to this profession, quitting is not the answer. Instead, you should continue and learn from the mistakes and failures that you did. So let me show you who are the people that will reject you when it comes to this business. Okay, because you are very excited. The very first thing that you are going to inform about this business are your friends, the very close people to you. They are your family, your mother, your father, your grandfather, your son, your daughter, my dear friends, your relatives, your neighbors, your friends, your loved ones, okay, classmates, office mates, everyone that you know that is very close to you, they are the very first person that you are going to invite or to connect to this business. And unfortunately enough, after explaining all the things that you know about our Ed Plan 2.0, they just said to you, no, that is a scam. They just want your money. Stop that. Don't talk to me. Oh. Okay. So all of those negative words, they're just going to say that to you without any care for your feelings. That particular moment is what you so-called rejection. But that kind of feeling, this thing, is not something that you can only encounter in our business. To be honest with you, we are experiencing this even before. For example, as a kid, if you wanted to buy something, a toy there in the supermarket or a store, and that toy is very expensive, you ask your mother, I want this toy. But your mother or your father, they will just tell you, don't don't get that one, that's very expensive, let's go home. Okay, so that particular moment to where your mother or your father said no, that is a form of rejection. So after that, maybe as a kid you cried, sometimes you are just going to to give them tantrums, but after that you're going to move on. Same goes to this business. When someone rejected you, as a human being, it's a normal thing that you feel very dejected. But after that, we are going to move on. The thing is, when it comes to when it comes to our profession, it becomes so obvious because we're talking to a lot of people, not only one, not only two, but to hundreds or even thousands of people. So just imagine you are talking to plenty of people and they always say, no, 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 I don't want to talk about that. Don't talk to me. Okay, so of course, as a human being, you will feel very hurt, and that is normal. Okay, so why is it that all of them are saying no? Okay, let me give you some reasons. First reason, maybe because you don't have the right information and skills when you are delivering the information or the details about your business. Sometimes because we are too excited, we just say what we wanted to share without understanding your business well. That's why in your ASAP or Alliance Success Achievement Program, we always advise you that you must attend the trainings first. So among all of you here attending trainings, have you attended your NDO, your Ed Plan 2.0, your ASAP? If you have attended the basic trainings that we have, send me a lot of likes. Send me a lot of likes. I would appreciate that, and I would know if you are here together with me. Okay, that's why the person who connected you here or your upline will say to you, you need to attend trainings for you to be equipped, for you to have the knowledge, for you to acquire the skills necessary. The problem with us is we talk to people without the knowledge. We don't even know what is the correct name of C24/7. Some of us will just tell that the C24/7 has banana. Some of it, they will say, some of us will say that C24/7 can cure AIDS, which is very wrong because you cannot just inform people about a certain product with wrong details. Instead of them believing you, they will not trust you any longer. And they will just say to you, I don't want to talk to you. Okay, don't talk to me when you're talking about your business. Okay, so now, my dear friends, first reason why they are rejecting you, you are not knowledgeable enough. You don't have the skills yet. So if you wanted to hear that the wonderful word yes, then you must equip yourself. And here it is, after rejection, because you are being rejected. you will be having this kind of feelings again, doubts and fears. All of us, once again, have this. Even before you enter or join Alliance in Motion Global or EdPlan 2.0 or EC there in the Philippines and other countries worldwide, my dear friends. We have this. As I started the business, I don't know anything about this, this particular platform or system that we are doing. But despite of doubts and fears that I have, okay, I still continue. What are those doubts and fears? First, you are going to think, is this business really for me? Can I really talk to a lot of people? Can I present to a lot of people? Can I invite people into this business? Will this product really work? Okay, so all of those questions will pop out in your brain. Why? It's because you don't know how the business goes. That's why you have doubts and you have fears. One of the fears that you will have, okay, are this. Will I become successful? What will happen to the money that I will be investing? Is that just a lost money? Will it get back to me? When will it return? So all of those things, my dear friends, believe you me, it's not only you who joined, who has those kind of thoughts when you started, but even I myself thought of that 5 years or 6 years ago. But I'm thinking that time that if I'm not going to do something, if I'm not going to step forward and learn this thing, then nothing is going to happen to me. What I'm earning as a nurse, okay, in the near future will still be the salary that I'm going to receive. That's the reason why, despite of me, okay, despite of me having no knowledge about network marketing, I just decided to say yes, okay. I said yes to the person who connected me, and I said, okay, I will learn this one. Okay, I will give myself this period of time to learn this business known as EdPlan 2.0. Okay, so let me share to you where these doubts and fears are coming from. It's like what I've said, it came from the rejection that you are receiving from the people you are connecting or inviting to the business. Second, from the people who are criticizing you. Okay, they will be saying to you, nawaw for you. Are you mental? Okay. Are you mental? That one is just there to get your money. So when they criticize you, you will really think twice. Is this really a business that can make me a multi-millionaire? Next, discouragement. Discouragement coming from whom? From your parents, from your loved ones, from your relatives. They will tell you, you are a professional, you are a doctor, you are a nurse, you are an engineer. Why are you doing something like that? You are ruining your future. So now, those kind of words, believe you me, it will discourage you. Same goes for me. They're asking me before, are you sure? There's a lot of countries out there. You are a nurse. Why are you doing a business just like that? A network marketing, and it's in Africa. Okay, but now, because of God, my dear friends, I'm very successful and I'm here in Nigeria sharing this wonderful news to all of my brothers and sisters in different states of this country. And when it comes to improvement, it's not only, it's not only comes okay it's not only in a form of monetary thing, okay, or financial thing, but it's even when it comes to personality, the level of knowledge, information, I've really matured here in Nigeria. And believe you me, this place, the people here are wonderful people, and they are very open-minded when it comes to business. So let me give you a lot of hearts to all of my brothers and sisters here in Nigeria who are watching me, and who are watching me and doing the business together with me. Okay, so now, my dear friends, what are you going to do if you are experiencing rejection, you have doubts and fears? Just tell to yourself, I can. Okay, declare that you can do it. I can become a multi-millionaire. I can connect people to this business. I can prospect not only one or two, but 50, 100, 500. I can do this. I will be able to do this online presentation. I will be able to do my online invitation. Tell yourself, if you think that you can do it, just say it out loud. I can. Okay. If you want me to hear it, if you want me to see it, just type it there on the comment section below. I can do it. Declare it. Okay. Because as they say, if you shout it out loud, if you share it to a lot of people, a lot of positive energy will come to you. You will be able to absorb it. Because our dreams in life, all of them are positive. So if you wanted to attract them, say it out loud. I can do it. Okay. So let us check. You need to conquer your fear. Okay? Because fear has two meanings. First, forget everything and run whenever you have this fear and doubts and nothing is happening to you as you started a business. You can just do this. Forget everything and run. But always remember, by running or by quitting, you are not gaining anything. Okay, you just wasted your time and effort to start something that you did not get a wonderful result. So instead of this one, why don't you face everything and rise? The choice is yours. All of us has a choice. It's either we continue or we stop. Once again, if you're going to stop, nothing is going to happen. You just get back once again to your starting point. But if you wanted some progress, not only to your business, but to your life, then you must learn how to face everything and rise. Okay, so now, my dear friends, let's continue. As they say, just apply the SW3 principle. What is the SW3 principle, everyone? Write it down. I want you to remember this one because, as they say, some will join. If you prospect or connect someone into your business, there will be people who will say yes, as long as you have the knowledge, you have the skills. But sometimes, even if you are trained, you have the experience, not everyone will immediately say yes to you. Some of them are not open-minded yet. They are not ready yet with the opportunity you are presenting. So you need to be aware that some won't join you. Okay? Some will join, but of course, there will be people who will not join you. But so what, my dear friends? What you just need to do is to move to the next. Here in Nigeria, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of business-minded individuals here in this country. Not only in Nigeria, of course, but in different countries worldwide. If you were rejected by 500 or 1,000 people, you don't need to worry. In this country alone, there are hundreds of millions of Nigerians that you will be able to talk to and present the business. If you think that the person is not ready yet, don't worry. Move on to the next. Follow that person up, okay, from time to time. Because when the person see your result, they will be the one to knock your door and ask you, how am I going to start the business? How am I going to join the business with you? I wanted to know how to become just like you. Maybe because you became a multi-millionaire. Maybe because you were able to buy your own machine. Maybe because you were able to travel in different parts of the globe, such as in the Philippines, in US, or maybe, okay, or maybe there in Europe. So once again, apply the SW3 principle whenever, someone will say no to you. Some will join you, some won't join you, so what? You just need to move to the next and follow up the person who said no to you. Because in the near future, once they see your result, they will be the one to ask you, how are they going to start the business? Do you agree with me? If you agree with me, send me a lot of hearts. I want to see the hearts. I want to see the hearts. Okay, so let's continue and let's talk about how are you going to become successful. As they say, other than having the right mindset, other than having the skill set, my dear friends, you should know your deepest why. Why are you doing this business? Why are you looking for an opportunity for you to become a successful person? Why are you waking up so early to work hard and to do your best? You need to determine that because sometimes on your journey towards success, there are lots of challenges, a lot of difficulties. A lot of people will criticize you. A lot of people will not understand you. And if you are not strong enough, your heart, your will is not strong enough, once again, you are just going to give up. Okay, now that is not good, my dear friend. So in order for you to motivate yourself, to keep pushing, okay, to keep pushing despite of the failures that you are experiencing, you must identify what is the why in your life. So for example, me once again, I want to make myself an example since I also apply it to myself. Okay, now my dear friends, in my family, we are just composed of, in my inner circle, my dear friends, we are composed of only four. Okay, in the poor people, I have my grandma, I have my mother, I have my brother, and I have myself. Now, my grandma, my dear friends, unfortunately enough, she suffered partial stroke. So now, because of that, she cannot, she cannot move properly anymore, just like before. She cannot eat properly, she cannot move properly. All of the normal things that she's doing before, she cannot do it right now. Okay. And as for my brother, my elder brother, my dear friends, he is born with cerebral palsy. So definitely he cannot do things that normal people just like us can do. And because of that, my mother my mother, my dear friends, was, she needs, she needs to put a lot of her time to take care of my grandmother and my brother. So if we are only four and the three of them are very occupied, okay, very occupied with all the things that they are doing, who is the one who's going to earn money for us to survive? So that's the reason why I decided to do my best. Okay, at the age of 19, my dear friends, I'm already working. I am working as a nurse. Okay, and if you are working there in a province in Philippines, what you're going to receive as a salary is just a meager amount of income, and that is not even enough. Okay, on the very first year that I am working as a nurse, I am just earning 50 pesos. Okay, that is only 50 pesos in a day, and it's not even it's not even around 12,000 or 13,000 in a month, and that is a very sad thing. So how did we survive? Of course, because of the because of the savings of my mother and my grandmother. So soon, of course, that particular saving will not be enough for us. Okay, so I need to look for another opportunity and go to Manila just for me to work and find more opportunity to earn more money. Okay, and somehow I realized that if I continue working at that kind of profession during that time, nothing is going to happen because I've tried. Okay, I've tried not only once, 1 year, 2 years, but more than that. So I decided to shift, okay, to shift my mindset, my dear friends, and decided to do something that I don't know. Thus, I am here doing the business. Okay, whenever I find it hard, whenever I think that I cannot do it, I'm always thinking to myself that I need to do this, I need to learn this, because if I did not learn this one, what will happen to my family? I am the only one, my dear friends, who's going to support them. Thus, every morning, I am always thinking of them, okay? Despite of the challenges, despite of the things that I find very difficult and don't know, I still continue because they are my why. As for you, my dear friends, ask yourself, okay? Ask yourself, what is my why? What is my motivation? The one that pushes me whenever I want to give up. Okay, whenever I wanted to cry, my dear friends, what is it that pushes me to do my best every single day? Okay, and by doing so, my dear leaders, believe you me, it really is effective. Sometimes, okay, sometimes for you to remember your why, you can check their pictures. You can write it down. It will help you. Okay, so other than having the right mindset, other than having or acquiring the mindset or the skill set that you need to have, you need to determine your why. And believe you me, as you go to your journey, regardless of how hard it is, you will continue. Okay, now let's talk about more advantages of the business. There's a lot of opportunities out there, just like what I've said. I've been looking for a lot of opportunities. Why did I choose EdPlan 2.0? Okay, so first things first, my dear friends, of course, this is a portable business. So during the pandemic, even though I'm not going and traveling in different states of Nigeria, I just need to have my cell phone. Okay, just need to have my cell phone, my tablet, my desktop, and my laptop, and I can connect to my people in different parts of the globe, in Nigeria, in Philippines, UAE, and Kuwait. Okay, imagine. And even if you travel, okay, physically in other place, for example, you travel in South Africa, you travel in Kuwait, in Qatar, my dear friends, as long as you have your devices, it will be okay. You don't need to re-register. Okay, just have your devices and have your network or your data, and you will be able to connect to a lot of people. Do your prospecting, inviting, and presentation. Okay, next one. Okay, global expansion. Just imagine, we started in the Philippines. We've been doing the business for 15 long years. Okay, 15 long years. And we have expanded in different parts of the globe. In the Philippines alone, we already have 200 centers. Here in Nigeria, 8. And we're planning to expand more. Okay, and because of the online platform, we are now a kind of business that you can do in different countries worldwide. Is that good or very good? If it's wonderful, send me a lot of likes. Next, my dear friend, another advantage that we have here is, of course, you can do this in a part-time business. A lot of leaders of us here, my dear friend, sorry about that, are people who just started as a part-timer because they have a lot of, they have a lot of jobs, they have a lot of responsibilities that they need to do. Thus, they're only doing the business for 4 hours, 2 hours, 6 hours, sometimes less than 8 hours. Now, my dear friends, despite of that, they were able to do the business, okay, or continue doing their best when it comes to Eggplant 2.0. Because what's important here is how focused and how much effort you put on the time that you are going to be available in doing the business. Because sometimes we are working for 8 hours, we are working for 12 hours, but we are not actually using that time very well. Some of us, we're just eating. Some of us, we're just spreading rumors. Some of us, we're just talking about, about something that is not productive and not helpful for our business. So instead of doing those unnecessary things, why don't you put all of the important activities on the time you have invested for your business? So regardless if you're doing this part-time or full-time, as long as you have a full-time mindset, it's okay, you will become successful. Next, this is a family business. As I've said, you can do this business inside of your house. And as you do this inside of your house and you produce a lot of result, believe you me, your family, the people who are seeing you every day, they will be able to copy what you are doing. And in the long run, they will be the one to ask how the business, or how will I be doing the business just like you? Okay, next. Okay. Did you know that when it comes to profession or career, network marketing is a kind of profession that produces a lot of multi-millionaires? And this one, I found it on Google. Okay, did not invent this one. This one is a real study. So compared to any other profession, this is a kind of profession that creates a lot of multi-millionaires. So if you're a person who wants to become wealthy, who wants to become very successful in life, my dear friends, then this is it. You are on the right place at the right time. If you are together with your friends, your loved ones there, tap them, okay? Tap them on their shoulder and tell them you are on the right place at the right time. Next. Hey, my dear friends. So if you're ready to be successful, check your attitude. This is very important because, as they say, attitude is more important than education. Yes, yes, yes. Attitude is more important than your skills. That's how important it is. And for you to have the right attitude, the first thing that you must do is to avoid the ikta. What is ikta? I know that already, attitude, or alam ko na yan in Tagalog, because some of us, because we are so knowledgeable, we are professionals. The ego is there, the pride is there. And once you are talking to people or to a certain someone who doesn't have a degree, who doesn't have a diploma, commonly, most of us, we look down on them. We don't want to listen to them because we will think that, why is this person talking to me about how to become successful? Well, in fact, he doesn't have any kind of diploma. And while me, I am like this, I am like this. Now, my dear friends, if you have this kind of mindset, what will happen to you? Do you think you will be having that particular progress that you're looking for? Of course not. So you must avoid this. You need to open your mind. Our mind or our brain should be just like a sponge. A sponge, when you put it somewhere, okay, somewhere, my dear friends, that has a lot of water, it will absorb the water. We need to absorb information so that we know how to do the business, okay? Because remember, the profession that you are in right now is different from this kind of profession. I am a professional. As a nurse, I have my skill set, I have my knowledge, I have my theories. But that particular skill set and knowledge that I have when it comes to nursing is very different when it comes to network marketing. And not all of that information that I know, I can apply in this business. So what you need to do, my dear friends, empty your cup. Okay, empty your cup. Forget or don't mind the things that you already know. Instead, add more information to your knowledge, okay, and to your skills so that you will be able to grow as a person. Learn the business as soon as possible. That is a way for you to acquire the right attitude. As they say, excellence is not a skill, it is an attitude. That's the reason why there's a lot of people who became a multimillionaire or billionaire despite of the fact that they were dropouts, that they don't have the diploma, that they are no read, no write, because what they have is not the skills, it's not the knowledge at first, but what they have is a great attitude. So what do you call that great attitude that we're talking about? That is GLLA, or good learning and listening attitude. Everyone, please type it there on the comments section below. Okay, good learning and listening attitude. Okay, let me check the comment section. Okay, Mr. Gregor saying, I am always at the right time, at the right place. Very good. Okay, and of course, Ma'am Mentor Jamaica is saying, be an empty cup. Very good. We need to empty our cup because if we don't, okay, believe you me, what you already know will still be that one. As they say, if you stop learning, you start dying. Okay, if you wanted to grow, you need to also grow your knowledge and your skills. So how are you going to acquire this wonderful attitude? As they say, you just need to attend the trainings over and over again. Okay, what trainings do you need to attend? OPP, or Opportunity Plan Presentation, also known as EdPlan 2.0. There in the Philippines, known as, easier or empowered consumerism. Next one. We also have the NDO, the one that we are talking about right now. ESAP, we always discuss this every Thursday, 12 noon, so don't miss that out. And of course, technical training. This is where we are talking about the DTC. If you wanted to know how to register your people, then you must know how to navigate your DTC. And we're going to tackle that on your technical training. Next is company events. We have company events just like our 15th anniversary. By the way, congratulations to all our new global ambassadors, gold executives, silver executives, millionaire circle, and all the primes that we have all over the globe. You really did well. More blessings and more achievements to come. Next, of course, is special training, just like the R2S, or Roadmap to Success. Once again, we're going to extend the enrollment up to 20. Okay, up to 20, 12 noon, Nigeria time, my dear friends. That will be 5 p.m. in the Philippines. And now, my dear friends, if you are going to apply this, believe you me, okay, you will be able to acquire the GLNA. And your training will not stop from the trainings that we are giving you, okay? Because you can read books, you can do research, you can also have a different training, okay? Avail a different training that you can see online or offline, just like me. Okay, I'm always looking for something that I can apply to so that my knowledge will grow. Okay, and when it comes to skill, I want to be more skillful to the things that I am doing. Thus, I'm also investing on other trainings that can help me grow as a person. So you can do that as well. Next. Let's talk about other things for you to become a successful other than having the right attitude. As they say, you also need to check your belief. Okay. So what are the things that you must believe when it comes to our business? According here, the very first thing that you must believe in is the company that you have joined. Do you believe in Alliance in Motion Global, in EdPlan 2.0, and Empowered Consumerism? Okay, for those people who doesn't know yet well our company, then let me introduce to you our wonderful company. Our company is known as Alliance in Motion Global, or AIM Global. A company this big has been doing the business for 15 long years. We are partnered with big, okay, companies, multi-billion companies such as Nature's Way, DSM, AMS, my dear friends, sorry about that, and of course, Wader Global Nutrition. When it comes to awards, we have all the awards such as direct or the number one direct selling company in the whole world. Other than that, our CEO himself, Dr. Eduardo Cabantog, has been awarded for 5 or 6 consecutive years by businessforhome.org as okay as the top direct CEO of the whole world. Just imagine him alone, the company alone has a lot of awards. So now, if you think that the company is just a simple company who's just doing the business to earn money, think it very, very well, not only 2 times or 3 times, but many times. Because this is a company that has already produced 15,000 self-made multimillionaires. When it comes to awards, we have it locally and internationally. But if you wanted to see it and know it more clearly, then I'm inviting you on our Alliance Success Achievement Program. Next one, of course, you must believe in the products because all the products that we have are made by this multi-billion-dollar euro and yen company, just like Nature's Way. A company that has been, the best when it comes to creating herbal medicine for more than 50 years. And DSM, very great company there in Europe. Here in C24/7 alone, it was recognized last 2015 as the top direct, top direct product in the whole world on that particular year, 2012 and 2015. Not only C24/7, but even our Liven alkaline coffee. Number one, coffee shooticals in the whole world. How about the other products? The other products, when it comes to testimonies, you are going to have or you're going to see great numbers of testimonies in a form of, let's say, videos, images, and documentaries. And you can find it in Facebook. You can find it in Google, and you can even find it in YouTube. Some of the contents that I'm using, I found it in Facebook, Google, and YouTube. So you can do it as well. So other than that, let me show you. Of course, you must believe in your upline, the person who connected you, who invited you in the business. I know some of you has some bad feelings, bad experience when it comes to the person who invited you or upline. Because some of them, they are not investing time to you, especially teaching you how to do the business. We understand that. But not all of them are like that. Okay? When your upline or the person who connected you said that you must attend training, they have a reason for saying that because they also experienced and did that when they were starting. Now, during the time that they are checking if you really are attending and having some improvements in the business, they're going to observe you. From time to time, they're going to give you some advice. They are not just talking to you anyhow. What they're saying is something that you can apply to the business. So you need to take note of it. You need to remember it. Once you have done that, then apply it. Okay, apply it. And from what you have applied, check what are the things that you will be learning. Now, my dear friends, if this upline of yours are seeing that you are not doing anything, you don't have the initiative, you are not even attending the trainings, you are always saying, okay, I will be attending, but when the day comes, you are not there. Okay, and when they ask you something like this, you are not able to answer. Then, my dear friends, don't expect that your upline will be happy for you. Instead, this upline of yours, it's true that they're going to guide you, but they will invest more of their time to the people who are working and having initiative when it comes to the business. So now, if you are a person who thinks that your upline is not doing anything for you, then check yourself. Am I doing all my responsibilities as a person who's also doing the business? Because the one who's going to make you successful are not only your upline. They are just there to mentor you. They are just there to guide you, to coach you. But other than that, don't expect that they will be the one to invite people for you. Don't expect that they will be the one to train themselves for you. But instead, they are just there to guide you and tell you, giving you instruction. These are the things that you must do. Then you also need to do your own tasks. Okay? So if you're seeing that your leader is really giving you a lot of time, helping you doing this and doing that, my dear friends, you need to thank your upline, okay? Say to your upline, if they're together with you, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Because if you do that, they will, they will be giving you more advices, okay? And other than that, you need to also believe on your success lines. For your success lines, definitely these are the people that you have connected or invited to the business, okay? If you invited them, once they joined you, that is not, okay, that is not the end of it. Instead, that is just the start, my dear friends. Once they joined you, they trusted you, give time to them, teach them. Okay, don't expect that automatically that when they join, they already know the business. It's not like that. Not all, not all of your success line, not all of the downlines will have the initiative. Before they will be having that initiative, you should also have the initiative to teach them and show them the way. Okay, if you are, if you're lucky enough to have a success line who have the initiative, they are very proactive. Even without you teaching them, they are looking for ways on how are they doing the business or how are they going to have this wonderful result. Then you need to thank them as well. Thank you, downline. Thank you, success line. Okay, but don't expect that this success line of yours will be the one to make you successful. They are just there to help you. Okay, this is a helping business. So all of you must be doing your own responsibilities. Your success line, your upline, and you. You have your own responsibility and you need to do your own work as well. Okay, don't just be angry at your success line saying that I'm not becoming successful and I'm not earning in this business because my success line are not doing the business. It's not like that. If they're not doing the business, then give them time, okay? After, after training them, after observing them, my dear friends, and still they're not doing their business, then give it time. Maybe they're not ready yet. Instead, you need to look for more people who will work together with you when it comes to this business, okay? And of course, the most important person that you need to believe in is yourself. Yes, because as I am always saying, it's you who's going to determine if you will be successful or not. Because without you deciding if you're going to do the business, my dear friends, then nothing is going to happen. Okay, if you just continue thinking and thinking without action, you will be able to find yourself on the same place to where you are right now, even after 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years. So, my dear friends, believe in yourself. Tell yourself, I can do this. If you think that that you don't have this particular skill, that I am not knowledgeable, I'm not talented, tell yourself I can learn things. Okay, I can learn things. This particular person before doesn't have time freedom, but now he has time freedom. Then of course, if he can do it, you can also do it. Believe in yourself, because no one is going to believe you without you believing in yourself. Okay, that is the most, important person that you must believe. It's not only the company, it's not only your upline, it's not only your downline, but it's yourself. Okay, so another thing, if you wanted to become successful, if you're very ready, then you also need to check your commitment. How committed are you? How dedicated are you when it comes to business? Because when it comes to commitment, my dear friends, it means that no matter what happens, how challenging and how difficult it is, you're still going to continue. This is the kind of feeling that you wanted to give up, but despite of how many complaints that you have, you still do your business. Despite of all the bad things that you are seeing, you still continue the business. Once you have that kind of attitude, it means you are very committed to this kind of system that we are doing right now. You believe that the system is the one that will make you successful. Okay, so let me show you this. There are 3 levels of commitment. Let's check where are you right now, because you need to know what is your level of commitment so that we can improve that one. Okay, so let's see. If you are on the first level of commitment, it means you are a person who are always saying, I will try, okay? This is a kind of person who has always, something that they still have, okay? So, for example, I still have a job. Let's say I still have a job. So since my friend said that this is kind of business that will change my life, I will try, okay? I will try. And if it did not work for me, it's okay. I still have a job. If your mindset is like that, commonly, you're not going to put your 100% or your 120%. Instead, you're just putting at least 20, 30, or at least 50%. you're not putting your 100% effort and best when it comes to the business. And if you wanted to create more progress, if you wanted to grow, definitely 50% is not enough. So instead of having this kind of level of commitment, why don't you increase it? Let's check. How high should be your commitment level before you become successful? Is it this second level? I will do my best. Okay. This is a kind of person who will say, okay, I will do my best. I will attend training. I will talk to a lot of people. They really did their best. But despite of the best that you did, you have invested a lot of your time, my dear friends. There will be failure. You will create a lot of mistakes, and there will be people, okay? There are a lot of people who experience this. Even I myself, even you who are watching me right now, you did your best. Sometimes you're not even, you're not even sleeping anymore because you're doing your best when it comes to the business. But to no avail, you did not get any result. Okay. So now, my dear friends, once you experience that, you cannot help but just to, think that this business is not for me. Maybe I will just, I will just give up and look for another opportunity. Maybe this is not the company for me. So now, my dear friends, if you have that kind of thought, my dear leaders, it just means that your level of commitment are still not on the highest level. Maybe it's just on the second level. Okay? What is the right commitment or level of commitment that you need to have? According here, if you want to have progress, okay, you want to have wonderful result, your commitment level should be, I will do the best, whatever it takes. When you say whatever it takes, no matter how much you failed, no matter how much you created mistake, no matter how much people will embarrass you, will criticize you, you created a lot of failure, you are still going to continue. The word I will give up will erase or is erased in your vocabulary. You're going to say, it's fine. I can do this because I have my family. I have my reason for me to continue this. I have my deepest why to continue this. If they were able to do it, I can do it as well. These are the people that despite of the challenges and how hard it is, they're still continuously doing it. Okay, so now ask yourself, where are you right now? Are you on the first level, second level, or third level? Identify it. Okay, next one, of course, if you want to become successful, my dear leaders, okay, if you wanted to become successful, there is another one. Okay, but let me show you this and let me share you. Most people fail not because of lack of desire. All of us have a desire in life, you and me, okay, but because of the lack of commitment. We wanted something to happen, but we are not committed enough to make it happen. So if you want it to become a reality, then you must be committed that no matter what happens, you're going to do your best and you're still going to continue on to your journey. Okay, so let's move on. And already here, if we are ready to be successful, the next commitment is discouragement. You need to be aware that there's a lot of things that will discourage us. What are those? Our family, of course. Our friends, of course. Even the things that is happening to our surroundings. Even the things that is happening to the company. All of those will discourage you. Okay? But it's okay if you feel, if you feel sad, if you mope around. Sometimes it's a common thing and you need to really release that. But if you continuously felt that particular, feeling of sadness, then that's not good because you are not going to move forward. Instead, you need to do something about it. Okay, how are you going to avoid discouragement? How are you going to be aware that you are being discouraged? My dear friends, first thing that you must do, you must avoid talking to people who are so negative. Who are those people who are so negative? Okay, I know you know them. They might be your neighbor. They might be your mother, your father. Avoid them. Okay, avoid them. These are the people who are always going to say, you're a professional. You are a doctor. You are like this. You are like that. Why are you doing this? You are just, you are just lowering yourself. Okay, it will just ruin your life. Avoid those kind of people because instead of them encouraging you, they will just discourage you more. Avoid talking to also dream stealers. These are the people who will say, that one is just a pyramiding. That one is not right for you. I know someone who also joined from that kind or somewhat kind of company just like that, my dear friends, and they did not become successful. Now, that person maybe have not done the right thing when they're doing the business. So you need to avoid talking to those dream stealers because they just know what other people have said, but they actually did not experience how the business and how the profession or the career goes. Okay, so avoid talking to them. I'm not talking about you unfriending them. I'm just talking about you avoiding talking to those kind of people who are always bringing up those negative things. Okay, sometimes even topic that is not related to business, they are just going to they're just going to complain to you, everything is going up, this particular inflation rate is killing me. Okay, so now they are not going to help you. Instead, if you feel discouraged, look for the person who can help you. Who are those? They might be your upline, they might be your top upline, they might be the the management, just like me. They might be some, millionaire circle or global ambassador. As they say, if you feel down, look up. Okay? Don't talk to people down you because you might, okay, you might share your discouragement or negativity to them. So instead, you need to look for people, okay, and talk to people that will be able to motivate and encourage you. Okay, next one. Of course, you should be excited because we're talking about an opportunity that can change your life for the better. So you also need to share how happy you are, okay? Because imagine if you are talking about an opportunity that can make you a multi-millionaire, but you are frowning, but you are always irritated, you are always angry. If it's like that, do you think, my dear friends, they will believe you? Of course not. Okay, they will not believe you. Instead, why is it that you are always sad? Why is it you're always irritated and angry? Maybe that business of yours is not doing you any good. Okay, so instead of them becoming curious in your business, they will just, they will just wave it as something like a joke. Okay, so you need to be excited. How are you going to show that you are excited? Of course, you need to smile. Okay, you need to show them you are happy. You need to show them that energy, the energy that that shows. Okay, to the people who are creating wonderful results using the Ed 2.0. Okay, so as you can see, my surrounding right now just became very, very dark. And this is just a common thing here in Nigeria. We became used to this one. It's turning off, it's turning on. Right now, it turned on again. And that is also a blessing. Look for things, okay? Look for things that is positive. It will also influence your mood. Okay? And if people are seeing you're very excited, you're always smiling, people are also going to be curious and they will be asking you, what makes you so happy? And did you know, if you're always happy or smiling, you are actually helping yourself, especially your appearance, to look more younger. Okay, so if you wanted to look younger, then always smile. Avoid always frowning. Avoid always getting irritated and angry. Okay, you want to look younger? Then you need to always smile. Next one, of course, my dear friends, you also need to always have focus. You cannot serve master at okay one time. You cannot serve two masters at one time. You can only put your 100% focus onto one thing. Especially when you're doing a business. You're just a startup, okay, businessman or a businesswoman. For example, you're going to see a lot of businessmen out there. And you know very well that they are doing not only one or two business, but plenty of business. Why is that? Because these people, they were able to create their foundation. They were already established. That's why they can do business. Okay? They can do multiple business. But as for us, who are just starting, don't expect that you can do 10, 5 business at the same time. No, you need to open up a business, start it, focus your time there. Okay? Because that is the time you will be learning how are you going, what are the strategies to apply for you to create wonderful results, what are the skills that you must have for you to connect to a lot of people. Don't expect that once you have another business there, you will be able to do it, okay? To do great things on both of the business. No, because what will happen, your focus will be divided into two. 50% on this one, 50% on the other one. So what are you going to expect? Okay, the result will also be 50%. But if you want 100% of the result, you need to put your 100% onto the business that you are doing right now. So here we go. According here, focus on the outcome, not on the obstacle. So another thing that most of us focuses, okay, not only on our business, but we focuses more on the negative side of the business. That, for example, you are not getting the, you're not getting the potential income that you must be earning in a day, in a week, or in a month. Instead of you focusing on the things that you cannot do, why don't you focus on the things that you can do? Why don't you focus on the things that you are receiving, such as, it's a good thing, my upline is always helping me. It's a good thing, my upline always has time for me. It's a good thing, my success line, this person that I am, that I am producing, that I am teaching, is doing her best. Okay, it's a good thing that I have earned this amount of money in just a few weeks. It's a good thing that I was able to prospect not only 50 people but 100 people this month. Okay, so you need to focus more on positive things rather than negative things. Because if you keep focusing on the negative side, then you are just going to make yourself negative. You want to have positive things in your life, then you must start with yourself. Think positive. Okay? Write it there or type it there on the comment section below. Think positive. And Mentor Jamaica said, follow one course. Okay, follow one course until you succeed. That's true. And of course, MJ Credo said, focus only in empowered consumerism. That's true. You need to do that. And Ibrahim Omar Fago is with us saying, great, watching from Nigeria. How are you, Sir Fago? I am also here in Nigeria. So let's continue since we have already talked about the ABC up to F. Okay, the right mindset when it comes to the business. Let's talk about the skill set. But before anything else, let me show you and share you this one. Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Whatever your focus is, it will become your reality. So if you are always focusing on negative things, that will be your reality as well. So if you want to have a positive reality or outcome, then it needs to start from here. Are we communicating? Okay. So here are the skills, my dear friends, that you must apply and acquire in your business. So let me start, of course. The very first one is prospecting. Prospecting is a skill to which you need to learn how to search and to locate for people who has the highest probability of joining your business. So it means you're just searching. You're just looking for people, okay? Looking for people that will have a higher chance of joining you. That is called prospecting. Here, you are not going to invite them. You are not going to talk about how the business goes. You are not talk about what is E24/7, what are the benefits of Complete Phyto Energizer. You're just simply going to look for people. As simple as that. Okay, so how are you going to do that? Of course, you must create your prospecting list. So make sure you have your, this one, the Jata. Okay, you must have your notebook, my dear friends, because you will be writing down all the important names of the people that you are going to connect to the business. How many names are you going to put there or write it down? Of course, at least 100 prospect names. So you will be able to find it on your phone book, on your Facebook, all of the books that you have on your social media and in your life. Look the names or look for the names that you think has the highest probability of joining you and write it down. Okay, next, after writing it down, you need to mark your top 10. As you mark your top 10, identify the first two that you are going to communicate. Okay. These first two, my dear friends, you can consider them as your hot market. These are the people, my dear leaders, that you think that are looking for an opportunity. They are business-minded people. Okay. So put it as your top two or mark them as your top two because they will be the one who you are going to communicate first. And when it comes to prospecting is not a job, okay? This is a thing that we do every blessed day. And right now, I think, right now, I know that most of us doesn't know how are we going to apply this. But let me share you this one. Don't go prospect as you go. Because as you go outside, prospecting will just come naturally. Okay? Apply it, do it every blessed day until such time you just realize that, just by simply smiling to people, you're actually prospecting them. And you will be amazed that most of the leaders here in Nigeria, even though they're very successful and they are traveling in different parts of the globe. Whenever they are speaking, whenever they're smiling, whenever they are just moving, it's as if they are prospecting people already because it becomes part of their daily habits. Okay, next one. Invitation, because you have already identified the people who has the highest possibility of joining you. You can now invite them. When you say invitation, once again, you are not going to explain the marketing plan. You are not going to immediately explain the products or the things that they need to do. You need to know them first. Okay, so how are you going to start your inviting? Remember, and you need to apply the form. What is form? You can start your conversation by talking about family, occupation, recreation, and then you can now send your message. Here in Nigeria, our people here are very good when it comes to starting a conversation. They're going to greet you. How far? Good morning. How are you? How's your family? Now, of course, if someone is going to greet you, they're smiling at you with a very wonderful expression, you're going to smile back at them and you're also going to answer them, good morning, I'm good, my family is like this, my family is like that. Okay, now by establishing communication, my dear friends, you can now get information. Okay, this is where you're going to know what is that particular thing that will make this person say yes. Okay, you are looking for a certain challenge, a problem that the person you're talking to is having right now. Because if you found a particular problem and you have the answer, my dear friends, the chance of them saying yes to you is very, very high. For example, you found out that this particular person is having a problem of time freedom. The person's child or children are going to graduate, but because he is so busy, he doesn't have time. He don't have the time to also attend the graduation day. Now, my dear friends, you can now start a conversation when it comes to that. Tell them, oh, very sad. I actually understand you. I have that kind of experience as well. And did you know I have a solution to that? Because right now I have all the time, okay, in the world that I can give to my children to attend their special events in life. Is it okay if I share it to you? You can also say it like that, or you can also deliver it like that, because definitely people, when they have problems, they will be looking for a solution. How about occupation? They said that, my boss is is a really bad boss. Or Oga, they're always, giving me a lot of orders, giving me a lot of wahala. They're always shouting at me. Okay. So now you already know that this person has a problem with their job and is looking for another opportunity to have a better pasture when it comes to earning more income. So now you can also tell them, I have that kind of problem as well. And I know a lot of people who has that kind of problem. I have a solution to that. Maybe I can share that to you. Will you be available on this particular day? Okay. So it's up to you. How are you going to deliver it to them? Because remember, as long as you have a solution to their own problem, my dear friends, then the probability of getting yes is very, very, very high. Okay, so that is invitation for you. Once they said yes, my dear friends, then you are going to go to the next level. But let me share first the types of invitation, because there are two types. First type is the telephone invitation. You can do your invitation using your cell phone, or you're using this landline. Let me show you. I have a landline here. Okay. So now, my dear friends, when you're doing your invitation, make sure that even though they cannot see you, The excitedness, the energy, my dear friends, should be there. Because sometimes if we are talking to people, even though they are not seeing us, they can hear, they can feel, okay, our energy, the feelings that we have whenever we are delivering or, delivering our message to them. So whenever you're going to do your invitation on telephone, make sure you have that energy and you are happy. Next one, personal invitation. When you're doing your personal invitation, make sure that you are going to dress for the occasion. If you're going to talk to a congressman, for example, to a senator, to a mayor, to a congressman, my dear friends, to a governor, make sure that you are also going to wear something that suits the occasion or the event or to the person that you are going to talk to. Just imagine you're going to talk to a person with authority and you are wearing jeans that has a lot of, that has a lot of, let's say, holes on it. And you are just wearing a singlet. Do you think they will treat you seriously? Of course not. They will be treating you as a joke. They're just going to talk about, is this really a business? I thought this is a business. Okay, because you're a businessman, you are introducing an opportunity that can change or that can even improve their lives for the better. So you need to wear according to the occasion. Okay, so if they are, if you know that they are a person with position, then you must present well. Okay, do and wear some power dressing just like what you are seeing right now. Okay, right in front of your screen. You can do that as well because sometimes are you familiar with this, the first impressions last? Sometimes the respect or the way they're going to talk to you, sometimes it comes from the impression that they have from you. So make sure that if you're going to talk to this prospect of yours, especially with someone with authority, a person that will join or the highest probability of joining you, make sure you're going to look very, very presentable. Okay, so now, my dear friends, let's talk about presentation. Definitely, if they said to you, yes, I'm going to be there, okay, I'm going to be available. Hey, hey, MJ Credo said one-on-one presentation. Yes, we have a lot of types of presentation and we're going to discuss that. And Umoya Ayodele saying form. Very good. Same goes for Ensa Sadie and Kim J. Velasco Bacton. That is just one way for you to deliver your own message. So let's move on to the presentation. This is the time you're going to talk about the business. This is the time you're going to talk about Alliance in Motion Global is a company that came from the Philippines. All of the things that you know about the company, you can say it here right now, even the products. So what are the types of presentation to which you will be able to present the things that you know? First one, of course, one-on-one presentation. One-on-one presentation, you're going to do this if you are talking to a person who cannot go on a place that has a lot of people. For example, person with authority. Okay. For example, a president, a governor, mayor, let's say, celebrity. These are the people who cannot just go to crowded places. Because if you invite them on a crowded places, what will happen? Of course, people will come looking for them, asking for their autographs, asking for more information and a lot more things. And you will not be able to focus on the subject that you wanted to present to them. Thus, you need to do your one-on-one presentation so that both of you can focus on the subject on hand. Okay? And of course, it's not only for authorities, authoritative individuals such as governors and even celebrities, but even to those people who doesn't have the time. For example, they are managers, doctors, my dear friends. These are the people who are very busy with their job. So you need to allot time so that both of you can talk to each other. Next, house presentation. What if you have a leader that is, that they're doing the business from a very, very far away place. Let's say in Abia State. Abia State is a very far away place, even in Potacot. Because before you go there, you need to travel for around 2 to 3 hours or more than that. And right now, I'm in Abuja, so just imagine. Okay, just imagine how many hours before I can get there and they can go to the offices. So what you're going to do is for you to advise your leader that you need to organize a presentation or a training event / event on that place. And when you organize that particular event, my dear friends, at least you need to have 10 to 14 individuals who's going to attend. Invite all of your prospect on that particular place. Once everything is organized, you can now go to that certain place and you can now do your house presentation. Okay, next one. We also have the office presentation. Office presentation, my dear friends, is a kind of presentation to which a lot of us, okay, are gathering in one place, not just only 14, 20, 30, but sometimes hundreds of people. There in the Philippines, my dear friends, it can accommodate 300 to 700 or 1,000 people. But if it's 1,000, a lot of people are already, standing, not only inside, but even outside. Now, my dear friends, this is one of the most effective kind of presentation because there's a lot of people who is brimming with energy, who has the excitedness, and a lot of people are getting curious because they are just shouting, "Pawe, grabe, naso," and a lot more positive, affirmations. And people are going to ask, why is it that people are so excited? Okay, and this is the kind of presentation to which we are helping each other. Here, for example, in Nigeria, we are aware that not all of the first timers knows how to do presentation. So they can just invite their people or their prospect in our seminar hall, and we are the one who's going to do the presentation, provided that you are also there, okay, to encourage them, to give them more information so that you are sure that they are focused, okay, and they are concentrating to the subject or the presentation that we are presenting to them. That is how wonderful your office presentation, known as centering as well. Next, okay, of course, after the presentation, we must do the closing. This is a kind of skill to which we are going to address some of the questions that your people are asking. For example, you who are watching me right now, I know after the presentation, you have a lot of questions, such as, how am I going to join? What is the banks that is affiliated to this business? How am I going to earn in the monthly income bonuses, such as the Unilevel, Stair Step, and UPP? How does UPP goes? Now, my dear friends, as a person who invited them, it's your responsibility to answer them and remove the doubts in their mind. How are you going to do that? You can apply the ABC rule. How does ABC rule goes? Okay. So, my dear friends, let me start with A. A stands for advisor. This is the person that can help you to address and answer the problem of your prospect. Because again, most of us, as we start the business, we don't know yet how to close the deal. So we can ask for help. So who are the people who can help us? They are your upline, the global ambassadors, the millionaire circle, the SBs, the management, the international trainers just like us. Just inform us. It's either you inform us through text, through call, through video call, or through personal. Okay, personal, chatting. Let's talk. Tell me. Okay, upline. I have a new prospect and I don't know how to properly answer her or his questions. Maybe he has questions that somehow I'm not confident in answering. Maybe you can help me. And in fact, this person is just like you. He also came from the medical field. So upline, maybe you can help me. Okay. So when you are going to ask the advisor, make sure you're going to ask them well. Okay. Don't just ask them that it's as if you're giving them an order. No, don't do like that. Okay. You are a leader, so you must ask them politely. Okay, so now once you have asked them and they said yes, okay, I will help you. The next thing you need to do is to inform them what kind of prospect they are going to talk to, so that they have a background information about what kind of person they're going to talk on the closing session. Okay, so next one, let me introduce to you the bridge. You are the bridge, my dear friends, because you are the one who is going to introduce the advisor to your prospect, and you are also going to introduce your prospect to the advisor. So once you are doing the closing, the advisor is helping you. Don't go anywhere. Okay, you should be there because your prospect is not going to listen and trust your advisor immediately. You need to be there so that they know, he knows or she knows that you are there together with him or her. And that person that he or she is talking to is someone that they can trust. So let me move on to the client, the C. They are your prospect. Remember, before the closing starts, you need to introduce the advisor to your client or to your prospect. Don't expect that once they met, they're just going to immediately, become close. It's not like that. Okay? You need to be there. You need to introduce them to each other very well. Introduce them. This is my prospect, or this is a friend of mine. He is an engineer by profession. Okay? He's an engineer by profession and he has this kind of experience. Okay? So now, once the closing is ongoing, my dear friends, you need to listen. Because in the near future, you are the one who's going to do the closing for this person that the advisor is talking to. It's not every day or it's not always that the advisor, your upline, will always do the closing for you. So you need to also familiarize yourself in doing this skill. Okay, next one. The last one, which is the follow up. As we all know, the fortune is on the follow up. Why? Because not everyone will immediately join you. So now you should know how to do this one. And imagine how many people are not always ready, okay? Always not ready to start the business. So if you're good at follow up, just imagine how many people will just say yes and join the business. So how are you going to do this? Apply 24 to 48 hours rules. That is 2 days, my dear friends. Don't follow them up after 1 week and 1 month. Why? Because the excitement already dissipates by the time. And believe you me, there will be people who will be talking to them and give them a lot of discouragement and negativities. So before that happens, you need to do the follow-up within 24 to 48 hours. How are you going to do that? My dear friends, maintain the level of excitement, expose them to a lot of business opportunities, a lot of events, a lot of trainings, a lot of good news, a lot of promos. And this is it. Because right now, we have the 15% discount on all the products available here in Nigeria. So this is it. You need to do your follow-up and tell them, because we just celebrated our 15th year anniversary, we also have the 15% discount on all the products that we have. That is a good news as well that you can use for your follow-up. And another thing, R2S is here. We can now learn more about the business and there will be someone who will coach us, a coach that has an experience when it comes to this business. They are the training team. They are part of the marketing, okay, the marketing team of Alliance in Motion Global Worldwide, and they will be our mentor. Use all of the events, use all of the trainings that we are preparing just for you. You can use all of those for your follow up. And let me show you this. Even though this is not part of your 5 fingers, this is also a part of your skills that you need to do. And in fact, this one is very important, goal setting. We do this even before we apply and learn the prospecting. Okay, you must determine or identify your goal first. This one will help you to plan and create a destination or a map towards your goal. Okay, so how are you going to do your goal setting? There's a lot of strategies, but we are applying SMART. So how are you going to, apply the SMART? SMART means specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So for example, as I start the business, you need to identify what are the goals, the short-term goals and your long-term goal. When you say short-term goals, those are the goals that you can do in just a matter of months up to 1 year. But when you say long-term goals, these are the goals that you can do for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. So you need to identify that. Now, once you have identified what are your short-term goals, my dear friends, that can help you in achieving your long-term goals, you can now create a plan. Okay. Now, my dear friends, that particular plan of yours are composed of a lot of activities. Okay. So let us focus more on goal setting. So let's say What is your goal? When I say I wanted to become a multi-millionaire, yes, it's true that is a goal, but that is not enough. You need to determine how much millions you wanted to earn. Okay, so for example, I wanted to earn 5 million naira in just a matter of 3 months. Okay, is that possible? It depends on the activities that you have. So let's check if it will be possible. Is it measurable? Just like what I've said, it's 3 months. Okay, so now I can measure it that within 3 months, I need to save or I need to earn this amount of money. Now, let's identify, is it achievable? Within 3 months, in the activities that I have laid out, is it achievable that I will be earning this amount of money? 5 million, divide it to the number of days that you have. That is the amount of money that you should be earning every blessed day. Okay, now, once you have already seen the number or the amount of money you are earning in a day, you need to check how many matching sales bonus you need to do for you to earn that money. How many products that you must move for you to earn that kind of money every month. Okay, that is specific, my dear friends. Next, is it realistic? You found out that after computing everything, 5 million in 3 months is very impossible for me in the activities and the time that I have. Then you need to adjust. Let's say I wanted to earn 5 million naira in a year. Okay, now, my dear friends, that's more like it. With your ability, my dear friends, with your time, let's say because you're just giving at least 4 to 6 hours with your business, it's more realistic than just saying I want to become a millionaire earning 5 million naira in just 3 months and you only have 4 hours. That is not realistic, my dear friends. Okay, and timely, is it time bounded, my dear leaders? Because some of us, we have this kind of dream, but we don't know when will we want to achieve it. So, my dear friends, if you wanted to achieve your dream, make sure you have all this, okay, all this done, okay, and you will be able to check if I was able to achieve this in just a matter of time. And if you were not able to achieve this, then ask yourself, why is it that I was not able to achieve it? Okay, you will be able to analyze what part of what you did is wrong and did not work and improve it or change it into something that you will be able to that you will be able to create more wonderful results. Okay, so now, my dear friends, there you have it. I just finished, okay, I just finished our NDO or new distributors orientation. I hope that you have learned a lot, and let me acknowledge, of course, our dear viewers and commenters. Let me start with Ma'am MJ Credo saying specific use action words. That's true. Next, and of course, measurable use metrics or data targets. If you see some of our leaders, you will find out that they are using something like this, an organizer. Sometimes you will be seeing that they are making a vision board because it helps them, my dear friends, to focus on their goals, and they will be able to check as well, especially if you have the organizer. Even if you don't have organizer, you only have a notebook where you put all of the important information about your goal setting. You will be able to check what are the activities that you have, what are the amount of money that you wanted to earn, and how much you will need to earn in every day or week or monthly. It depends on your goal, my dear friends. So, okay, let me share this one. Relevant improves the business in some ways. Thank you very much, Mom. And of course, Callistus, how are you, Mr. Callistus? Saying thank you. And Mentor Jamaica said, yes, we learn a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you for your appreciation, the hearts, and all of the, all of the likes and the hearts that you are sending me. I really appreciate that, my dear friends. Always remember that despite of the fact that we are attending a lot of trainings, the trainings are just trainings if you are not going to apply it. So make sure that after this one, regardless of whatever seminar that you have attended, you are going to take action and do it not only once, not only twice, but plenty of times. We want you to make all of the skills, okay, all of the skills that we have talked about become part of your lifestyle. That is where you will be able to achieve the results, the good results, wonderful, big results that you've been looking for. Because if you're just attending without you using it, then you just wasted a lot of your time. As I always say, time is precious, time is money, so don't waste the time because as you waste time, you are wasting a lot of money. And according to the law of use, okay, I've heard this to one of the international coaches we have in the marketing team in the Philippines. As he said, my dear friends, if you don't use it, you lose it. So make sure that what you have learned on the trainings that you have attended today, you need to use it. Do you agree with me? If you agree with me, send me a lot of thumbs up or likes. So thank you very much. I appreciate you, my dear leaders from different parts of the world, especially to my brothers and sisters here in Naija. Okay, see you, my dear friends. See you, my dear friends. Tomorrow we will be having another EdPlan 2.0 presentation, and it will be discussed by my co-international trainers. Hey, okay. So the next presenter for tomorrow, it will be Mr. Imos Idibofu, one of our speakers here in Nigeria, a millionaire circle member, my dear friends, together with my sister, Miss Marie Katrina Linyan, and that will be 10 a.m. here on this page. Ed Plan, okay, here on this page, the AIM Nigeria talk, sorry about that. And on the afternoon, we're going to have SPT or special product training. Now, we will be talking about not only the second part, but the first part, and it will be discussed by my co-international trainer once again, Mr. Jermaine Happy Tana. So don't miss that out. Enrollment for R2S or Roadmap to Success is ongoing. So see you all there. Okay, on EdPlan and SPT, and of course the R2S or Roadmap to Success, my dear friends. Always remember that with God and with AIM Global, everything is possible. Yes, 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 yes. Ma'am, my business partner in Guinea, Bissau, wants to join R2S. Hey, okay, you can message me, ma'am. Personally, we are going to discuss the how are we going to do it, my dear friends. Okay, so God bless everyone. See you all tomorrow, 10 a.m. Always remember that we are here to guide you, and we're not going to stop until such time, my dear friends, that you became part of our multi-millionaires here in Alliance in Motion Global. See you.